This is Swarup welcoming you to the English News Bulletin from Bangladesh Television Chattogram Centre. Let's begin with the headlines. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to inaugurate the installation work of first reactor of Rupu nuclear power plant tomorrow. Taking part in Union Parishad polls in guise of independent candidates, comments Awami League General Secretary Ubaidul Qadir. BNP has become isolated from the people. That's why they talk about boycotting election, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood. Bangladesh and United Nations sign MOU on Rohingya humanitarian assistance as government plans to relocate 80,000 more Rohingyas in Bhashanchar by next January. Communal fanatics and fundamentalists may tarnish the image of the government, warns Chattogram Mahanagar Puja Ujjapon Parishad in a briefing. At least 46 killed in deadly attack by IS at a Shia mosque in Afghanistan. Those are the headlines. Now on to the details. A 335-ton reactor pressure vessel or nuclear reactor is being installed at Rupu nuclear power plant in Ishodi of Patna. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will virtually inaugurate it from Ganabhavan tomorrow. Authorities said the 2,400 megawatt nuclear power plant will get momentum with installation of the nuclear reactor. The government has undertaken this mega project to ensure power at a low cost. Project Director Dr. Mohammad Shaukat Akbar said the project has been progressing by ensuring international standards and will come to an end by the stipulated time. Installation of the reactor pressure vessel or nuclear reactor will infuse dynamism into the 1,200 megawatt first unit of the power plant. The Rupu power plant project is being implemented with Russian 3+ generation technology. President Mohammad Abdul Hamid has reached Germany for health checkup. Deputy Press Secretary to President Munshi Jalaluddin said a regular aircraft of Qatar Airways carrying the president took off the Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport early today. Liberation War Affairs Minister A.K.M. Muzammil Haq, British High Commissioner in Dhaka Robert Chatterton Dixon, Ambassador of Germany to Bangladesh Achim Troster, Cabinet Secretary, Chiefs of the Armed Forces, Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister's Office, and other civil and military officials saw the President off at the VVIP lounge of the airport. Earlier, the 77-year-old President Hamid has been suffering from glaucoma for long. Awami League General Secretary Ubaidul Qadir has said BNP's candidates are taking part in Union Parishad polls wearing the veil of the independent contenders. He has called upon BNP to take part in the polls under its own symbol by removing veils. Ubaidul Qadir was holding a briefing at his residence in Dhaka today. The Awami League General Secretary said BNP's dream of the caretaker government will turn into a nightmare soon. Ubaidul Qadir also responded to the statement of BNP Secretary General on Abrar killing.
BNP Mahasachib আবারও আবরার হত্যার প্রসঙ্গ টেনে এনেছেন। ফখরুল সাহেবকে বলবো বিএনপির আমলে তাদের দলীয় একজন লোকের বিচার হয়েছে কোনো অপকর্মের জন্য, এমন কোনো নজির দেখাতে পারবেন কি? অপরাধী যে দলেরই হোক না কেন তাকে বিচারের আওতায় আনতে হবে। দলীয় পরিচয় কারো আত্মরক্ষার ঢাল হতে পারে না, এটা শেখ হাসিনার সরকারই বারে বারে প্রমাণ করেছে। ইউনিয়ন পরিষদ নির্বাচনে বিএনপি স্বতন্ত্র পরিচয়ের ঘোমটা পরে অংশ নিচ্ছে। তাদেরকে আমরা বলবো ঘোমটা ছেড়ে প্রকাশ্যে দলীয় প্রতীকে নির্বাচনে অংশ নিয়ে সৎসাহস প্রদর্শন করে। শেখ হাসিনার সরকারের উন্নয়ন অর্জনে দেশের মানুষ খুশি, বিএনপির আন্দোলনে জনগণ সাড়া দেবে না, নিরপেক্ষ সরকারের দাবিতে এক দফার আন্দোলনে রঙিন খোয়াবো অচিরেই দুঃস্বপ্নের রূপ নেবে। বিএনপিকে আবারও পরিষ্কারভাবে আমরা জানিয়ে দিতে চাই, পরবর্তী নির্বাচনের ব্যাপারে সংবিধানের বাইরে যাওয়ার কোনো সুযোগ নেই।
Information and Broadcasting Minister, also Wamalik Joint General Secretary Dr. Hassan Mahmood said, BNP talk about boycotting the polls because it has become isolated from the people. He said this while responding to a question from journalists after speaking virtually at a check and cloth distribution program organized by the Rangunia branch of Bangladesh Television Chattogram in Rangunia of Chattogram today.
আজকে যে তারা 20 দলীয় জোট বলছে, 20 দলীয় জোট তো নাই। 20 দলীয় জোট থেকে তো অনেকে পালিয়ে গেছে। এখন 20 দলীয় জোট যে আসলে কত দলীয় জোট, এটি একটি পরীক্ষা নিরীক্ষার বিষয়। খন্দকার মোশাররফ সাহেব কিংবা অন্যান্য নেতৃবৃন্দ যে প্রতিনিয়ত বলছেন সমস্ত দলকে ঐক্যবদ্ধ করে সরকার পতনের আন্দোলন করবেন, তো আসলে যে ঐক্যটা ছিল তাদের মধ্যে, সেই ঐক্যই এখন ভেঙে গেছে। আর বিএনপি অতীত নির্বাচন 2018 সালের নির্বাচনের আগেও নির্বাচন বর্জনের কথা বলেছিল, পরে তারা নির্বাচনে অংশগ্রহণ করেছে। তো নির্বাচন বর্জন তারাই করে যারা, যে সমস্ত দলের কোনো জনভিত্তি নাই, তারাই নির্বাচন বর্জনের কথা বলে। বিএনপিকে যদি জনমুখী রাজনৈতিক দল হিসাবে টিকিয়ে রাখতে হয়, নির্বাচনে অংশগ্রহণ করার কোনো বিকল্প নাই। আমি আশা করব তারা অতীতের মতো আত্মহত্যার সিদ্ধান্ত নিয়ে নির্বাচন বর্জনের দিকে যাবে না।
About 80,000 Rohingya people taken refuge at Cox's Bazar will be shifted to Bhashanchor in Noakhali district by January next. Different agencies of the United Nations will come forward with humanitarian assistance for them. Disaster Management and Relief Secretary Mohammed Mohsin said this at a signing ceremony of a Memorandum of Understanding at the Secretariat in the capital today. The MOU was signed between Bangladesh government and the United Nations to establish a common protection and policy framework for humanitarian response to Rohingya people at Bhashanchor. The MOU is a reconfirmation of the UN's commitment to continue supporting Bangladesh in leading the humanitarian programs for almost 11 lakh forcefully displaced Rohingya citizens sheltered at Cox's Bazar at different times since 1991 to August 2017. The UNHCR representative in Bangladesh, Johannes van der Klaus, said the MOU is a further expression of the government and people of Bangladesh's generosity and support towards the Rohingya population until they can return safely and sustainably to Myanmar. State Minister for Disaster Management and Relief Dr. Anamur Rahman urged the world community, including the United Nations, to be vocal for the respectable repatriation of the Rohingya people. Communal fanatics and religious fundamentalists may try to tarnish the image of the government at any time. Bangladesh Television Chattogram of Chattogram City has urged the administration to keep a watchful eye on this matter. The council leaders made the call at a press conference on the occasion of Durga Puja at Chattogram Press Club today, mentioning that 276 puja mandaps are being organized in 16 thanas of Chattogram City this year. The speakers expressed hope that the Durga Chop will be completed peacefully with the cooperation of all. 20 COVID-19 patients died in the country, taking the number of death toll from the pandemic to 27,674. The recovery count rose to 15,23,134 after another 543 recovered during the period. The tally of the infections rose to 15,61,878 with 415 new cases being confirmed. Meanwhile, no one died from coronavirus in Chattogram during the last 24 hours, remaining the number of death toll to 1,310. With this, total number of corona patients in Chattogram has stood at 1,01,992, with 21 new cases being confirmed during the last 24 hours. COVID-19 global death toll crossed over 48 lakh and 59,000, while 23 crore and 81 lakh people have been infected globally. Besides, more than 21 crore 52 lakh and 41,000 people have recovered from the virus so far. The US has now over 7 lakh 32,400 deaths and 4 crore 51 lakh and 35,000 confirmed cases. India has now more than 3 crore 39 lakh 35,000 confirmed cases and over 4 lakh and 50,000 deaths. Now, international news. The death toll from a suicide bomb explosion at a mosque in Afghanistan's northern Kunduz city has risen to 46, while 143 others were wounded. Earlier, dozens of people have been killed in a suicide bombing at a Shia mosque in Afghanistan's northeastern city of Kunduz during Friday prayers, the country's worst attack since the Taliban took over control in August.